Caramel. What do you say?
Caramel. I blend them.
I'm sorry, what?
Caramel, because I don't like to say caramel, and I won't say caramel. Can't
By
even
the
get
way,
it out. So I blend them. Caramel.
By the way, there are men who are going to get off on you saying caramel the way you just did. That shit was hot. I don't know if you meant it,
You're
if you
bananas.
didn't. That's neither here nor there. That's nothing to do with this. That was like sexy as fuck. How do you say it?
Well, I don't know. I have a wad of caramel stuffed to the top of my roof of my mouth.
Caramel. Like that was.
I think I was saying it like a jerk the first time I saw that. I think I was trying to say it like, well, a tool would say it like this. Caramel. Yeah, I was. I was trying to sound like an idiot. Yeah, okay. So you find idiot talk super sexy. Okay.
Super sexy.
I'm telling you, the whole roof of my mouth is plastered with an inch thick layer of caramel. I'm
not familiar with that. Okay. New things, opinions, and morning routine. All this and more on today's Brilliant Observations. Do, 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 do. And there you have it. It's
super
it's the caramel that threw me.
I didn't think it was going to take this long for it to dissolve, but it's working like if you had gum, if you were chewing gum, and you had to, as we say in Nicorette parlance, park it so that you could speak to someone, like you're suddenly at the podium or the body of Christ. Something's happening. You got to get rid of the gum, right?
This is a gum in church as opposed to the whore in church
that.
analogy.
I'm going to
used
heaven.
to.
I'm just trying to say, you got to move it, right? Something's happening. So you just smear it along the inside of your mouthicle somewhere. And in this case, it's the top. And I just figured that would help it sort of.
Absolutely not. Gum.
The sugar would just, would just. Stop talking now. The sugar would just go, and then you would absorb it through your skin.
No, that
like
is
putting lotion. Like putting lotion on your hands. You just smear the caramel on the roof of your mouth, and then your body says, that's right.
Okay, now I feel like I understand what you're trying to say, but absolutely not. One of them is mostly rubber and meant to be parked in your cheek, and the other is all sugar and meant to slowly dissolve into joy, and you can't compare the two. And the fact that you thought one was going to hold its consistency while you parked it is luda.
Gum does just fine. You take it sometime. And if you, with your tongue, when you rub it along the edge of your gums.
Say caramel as you say this.
Listen, the gum is fine. When you take it and you make it like a pizza putty and you go down along the lower gum line, that's another place to park it, where you wedge it on the outside of your teeth. Then you can talk to somebody for like 10 minutes. And the gum is still there.
And if you smile, it slides to the front of your face along your gum line.
You got to have some control of what's going on inside there. You just got to know where your things are. That's all. So it's still there. It's still slowly dissolving. I'm not going to sit here and like make all the noises while I eat it. And I'm not going to spit it out because you're just not that important. But I'm not going to eat while I'm on the thing. So I don't know how to. I'm just gonna park it. It's parked. I've got bigger problems that they can't see that you can see, as you know, because I have totally my office. Totally redid it.
Keep talking.
So it's clean now. And when I had people come and do it. And when they cleaned it, they got rid of like a lot of stuff, including, I don't want to get blamed for this. You know, the unabridged dictionary, how it's thicker than like 2 Bibles.
Sure.
Okay, so it's super thick, right? I used to use that to hold up my laptop when I was talking to you. So it was like a nice height. So now the laptop is super low and looking up at me like it's the crotch cam from Jeremy Piven. What's his name? The pervert. Who's the pervert?
Oh, I'm not telling you his name. He's back on CNN if you want to find out who he is.
His name's got a P. His name's got a P in it. I know it is. So does his hand. What's his name? What's his name? I didn't do it. It's him. It's his fault.
Look, I got to be honest. I want to go back to the people who came to clean out your office.
Yes.
Are these the people who went through your closets before?
Yes, same people. I got them in one lump package that I bought at the time, and I had intended to use it here and there and the other. And I thought, you know what? Screw it. I'm paying for it. I'm going to benefit. So I had them come into the office and explode it, which was great and also kind of not great in the sense that I put them on, excuse me. It is really hard to talk with this caramel parked on the top of my mouth.
So it's their fault I have the Jeffrey Toobin view of you?
Oh, it's Jeffrey Toobin. No, I just
no
moved,
pee
I
in
moved
it,
the
by
caramel.
the way.
Okay, I moved the caramel, so now I can talk. Meanwhile, I just ate it. Oh, wow.
Shame.
It's really good. Okay,
Shame.
so I had them not only thin, declutter, and clean, I also had them go through every drawer, of which there are, gotta look, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9 file drawers, all the drawers. Take it all out, do all the paper. I mean, a lot of stuff. All the IRS receipts, nonsense. They were here for a long time.
That's why you signed that agreement with them that they can't talk to anybody about your
I guess, sure.
your shit.
And the reality is, all I wanted from them was to jumpstart the process. I knew that they were not going to be able to do all of it. And some of the stuff that they did, I really didn't like.
Like taking away your unabridged dictionary.
Well, I don't like that, but I also love the fact that it reminds me that was never okay. That was never okay. So the fact that it's sitting on the table now makes me say, okay, instead of just putting the dictionary back in its place, instead of up on the shelf where the books go, right? I can either decide to get some kind of something that's properly designed to hold the laptop or do it in a different way. Like, it's instead of just doing all this makeshift bullshit, it's nice to have things properly done. However, they also did things like some of the equipment that I had in a drawer, they would put out and plug in and turn on. And I'm like, no, I had that in the drawer because I only use it like once a year and I don't want to dedicate my whole, like, I would rather just have the desktop cleared off and have nothing there. Like maybe, I don't know, a plant or something. So some of the stuff that they added back in, I had to take back out. But, you know, whatever. We did it in consultation with each other. They didn't just get carte blanche to come in here. In any event, it's weird when you don't realize how familiar you become with that's where the envelopes are.
Or where your crap is. Yeah.
Where's my bag of pens? And they said, well, you don't have a bag of pens anymore because people don't have bag pens. Here's your drawer with the pens in it, and here's the cup with the 3 pens that you need when you need a pen. And I'm like, but I like a bag of pens. So they used the bag of pens. They emptied the bag, and then they gave me the bag back without any pens in it. Then they gave me a drawer with pens in it. So I was shit like that.
And then a drawer of bags. All right.
Anyway, that's what happened. What happened was they came in and you know, did some bananas in here, and it's done.
I like it. I like the whole room by room thing. It's what I'm going to start doing now that we're back from the beach. And by we, I mean the dogs and I are back from the beach.
He's not still there.
He's still there.
What?
But don't worry, because it's raining today and tomorrow, so fuck him.
How long of a vacation does he get over Labor Day?
Oh, I think he clinically doesn't work till this podcast posts.
Holy shimolian.
But he has meetings literally all day, every day down there. So he's not having fun, but fuck you. Anyway.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
You look to me, you know how I told you my daughter has super weird insults that she calls at people like, ugh, you look like you can't swim. You look like you have a peanut allergy. Like those really weird, like what? You look like somebody who's driving a new car.
You're such a dick. That's a mean thing to say all the time. And it is mean. And it's so frustrating.
Am I a dick?
I drove it for the first time today. First maiden voyage. First time.
And where did you voyage?
I had to go 40 minutes away. I went all the way out to the neighboring town and then came all the way back. And it's great. Love it.
Do you love her?
Yeah, she's great. She's going to be great.
You're just not used to her.
It's
the lack of ripped seats. What's upsetting you? That your seat isn't in the right position, that the shotgun seat isn't all torn up and a child isn't screaming at you?
What's upsetting me? To take it back, I should just take it back a few steps. My husband bought a new car for the family with the intention that I would be the primary driver. Most people would say, my husband bought me a car. That's not what this is, right? This is...
Uh-oh.
No, it's a family car. I don't understand why he is not opting to drive this brand new to his specification car on the regular and just give me his car, which is also fantastic. And he said, you can't drive an 850 horsepower car. And I'm like, yes, I can. Fuck you. But also, I don't want to. So anyway, it's nice that it's a brand new car. You said, what's upsetting you?
Yeah.
It's a ridiculously lavish car. So I am in the pre-vomit inside the car period. Until somebody throws up in it, it's still a rolling dollar bill. It just reminds me of the value expended upon it, and therefore the liability of some half-drunk, uninsured,
Can take it all.
Today received my license driving, heebly-beebly-boobity-boo, who is coming into my lane. Oops. I mean, it's just, there is so much more at stake for me than any others who are on the road. Outside of, we could all die in a fiery crash, but I would also be financially in the hole and did. So, I mean, that part of it is front and center.
I don't want to be mourning and broke.
I don't know the dimensions of the car. In the sense that when
Yeah.
you drive a rental car, I was explaining this to the kids when they were like, why are you so weird? Blah. I said, even when you rent a car, you take some getting used to because it's new to you. You don't know where all the blind spots are. You don't know how it behaves
wide
when you
the front of
press
your
the
car
brake
is.
or when you press the accelerator. All of these things
How
take
close
getting
to
used
the
to.
front of the garage you are when you pull in. Mom, keep going. Well, I don't know. I don't know how
Well,
far
here's
I am.
part of so what's upsetting you? Okay, so knowing that, there is some baked in, I'll call it a learning curve. I was going to say hesitancy, but there's a baked in learning curve to all of that. And I don't really want to do it when everyone else is watching me.
Yeah. Okay.
So part of my strategy was I'm going to get in the car when I'm ready to get in the car, and I'm going to use it on my own terms. And that turned out to be today. And on top of that, all the things that I just described to you, the car does to some degree for you.
Yeah.
So it changes lanes for you. It has backup cameras that basically look inside my colon while I'm backing up. Like there is no view that I can't see. So there's too much of everything. You try to change the temperature in the car and you feel like you need to get a master's degree to be able to switch the dials on the car. There's so much stuff to know and learn and finesse and change and set up. And would you like it this way? There's an app. There's an app for me to access the fucking music on my phone. Whereas before, I would get in the car and I would use a cable, and now my phone is in the car. Not so with this one. Everything's wireless. It charges the phone wirelessly. I walk up to the car and it turns itself on. It has it has all this fucking shit that's wonderful. And I am discussing it in a way that is very complainy. That's absolutely not the intent. I'm telling you, I didn't seek this out. I didn't seek this out.
You're talking like you came from Fred Flintstone's car, where your feet went through the bottom and you just ran to get where you wanted to go.
Well, but I never knew what any of this shit. I told you this, and you guys laughed at me. I don't know. It was enough episodes ago that it's in recent memory. There was a button in the car that I had driven for 14 years that I didn't realize was there until like 6 months ago when somebody pressed it and all the air conditionings came on all at once. And I was like, what is that about? And then, of course, everyone in the car is laughing for an hour while we're on this long drive. Oh, hee, hee, oh, oh. So
Mommy's an idiot.
part of it is there are things in your life that you engage with deeply, and it's either effortless or it's worth your effort for you to have a full understanding in a deep relationship. There are things in your life that are like that, and there are things in your life that you don't. I mean, you may know all of the settings inside your refrigerator or your HVAC system or the hot water. Just pick anything where, your stereo equipment,
It's
your
a learning
iTunes.
curve for you.
Yeah, and in a lot of cases, if I press play and music plays, I'm good. I don't really need to know. I don't have to have it advance 15 seconds and then have a queue of 6 things. And so all of this advantaged experience is around me always. And it's not that I take it for granted. I absolutely do not engage with it. So in the car, I'm unable to drive the car unless I engage with it. So it feels a little bit oppressive. There is no quick start. There is no press the button and the car comes on. There's press the button and I'm logged in with my ID and my picture up on the dashboard. And I have to tell it, like, did you take your temperature this morning? How old are your children? Like all the fucking things I don't know. I have to say all this stuff to the car before I can back out and hopefully not run over somebody's fucking cat. It's just a lot of shit.
The car won't let you run over anyone's cat. The car will tell you, beep, 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 cat, you dope.
I don't know. Oh, I speed all the time, and it loves to tell me that I'm speeding. And my favorite is that I'm continually dinged by everyone I live with for telling me how slowly I drive. And this car, all it wants to say is exceeding the speed limit. And I'm like, right. Of course. What else you got to say? What am I supposed to do? Slow down? You're German.
So you know that Stuart has his electric car.
Boogie, woogie.
Woogie, woogie, woogie. For a while there, it's electric. For a while there, Tesla was doing this thing where if you scored with over 90 or 95% in their driving metrics, and it reports to Tesla every day. At the end of every day, it sends a report on your driving to Tesla. It was to give the top 3% of drivers, safe drivers, autopilot. So for a period of time, my husband was driving like we all wanted him to drive the whole time.
Like super grandma so that he could get his new widget.
Was that yes? Was
he
that
was
a hard
goal-setting.
break? Who took my car and broke hard? I was 93 today instead of 100. Like what the it was very upsetting, and now that he has autopilot, it's no holds barred. We're back to so I guess my point is once you kind of get used to this, you'll be like, I'm in the car. Here's my retinal scan. Here's my this, like everything you need to do to get out of the driveway. It'll become your routine. And to the same way for 10 minutes or X months, my husband drove safely for a very small period of time until he got autopilot in his car.
Bingo.
So you'll get it. You'll figure it out, and it'll become second nature to you. And then when the next car comes, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck? This car doesn't make me a grilled cheese sandwich." Like what? I mean,
that? I had no idea. This one is a hybrid car. It's got an electric something in it.
Okay.
So it's not. So it's like, what's next? I mean, there's so much shit about this car I don't even know. She's taking pictures of me.
I'm on Be Real. I just sent the Be Real.
Oh, for God's
sake.
sake.
Be Real just went off, and I just took a picture of
one
us
more damn thing I
podcasting.
got to keep up with.
One day more.
I swear to Jiminy Jesus, one more thing I got to keep up with.
All right,
I don't know
so
what to say to you.
New things. Let's follow new things for a minute, because that's what set me off yesterday. You have a new car, and if you found out that something was wrong with your new car, what would you do?
I would call the people who sold it to me and have them fix it.
Okay. And that's okay with you to have them fix it? I'll
Yes.
tell you why I ask.
Okay. I maybe am missing a key variable here.
Okay.
Yes.
You have a brand new car.
Yes.
When we bought our first house, we went to Raymour and Flanagan, and we got a leather from Italy couch, sofa, love seat, sex
or
thing.
so you thought.
And we had it delivered. As it's delivering off the truck, something happens and the side breaks.
Oh, I thought this was just the wrong color. We'll keep it.
No,
okay.
That's this house. But yes, that happened to us too. So it breaks. They're like, that's here. We're just going to deliver it. And we will have Raymour and Flanagan come out and fix it.
Okay.
And we looked at each other and we thought, well, we wanted a new, not new, broken to be fixed couch, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
right.
said, take your couch and we are not accepting delivery. Put it
Correct.
back on your truck.
Correct.
And kick rocks, because this is not what we asked for and waited for months to get.
Good girl.
Right. So here we are, and we had this microwave at the house, the new house, and it's kind of broken. You have to hold the upper corner, just the seal, and then it'll fine. So
I can help you. I can help you real quick.
Go ahead.
If it's kind of broken and it's supposed to be new, it's 100% broken. That means it's broken.
It's broken,
So
right?
it's not working. Yes. And the difference here, which you're going to get to in a second, I'm sure, is problem with car equals fix the car, because person who sold car is person who made car. Person who sold microwave and person who sold furniture did not make microwave or furniture. So that might be the wrinkle. But tell me more about the absolutely
a big wrinkle.
100% broken microwave.
Right. So that is a big wrinkle. Our refrigerator freezer, Thermador, great name, right?
For sure.
Subpar from Sub-Zero, whatever. the freezer, it's broken. Stuart went down there one day by himself, and the smell at all the meat, all the whatever, it wouldn't close, and it leaked everywhere. The $10 dark chocolate covered bananas that were in there, the ice cream sandwiches that you can't eat in one sitting were in there. Everything melted, died, whatever. Even though the ice machine just kept making ice and it kept melting on the floor. It was a hot fucking mess, right? Glad I didn't go with him. He cleaned the whole thing up, called Thermador, fix. We'll be there to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Fixing our freezer, fixing our microwave, fixing your car, fixing one of our chairs had a seam rip, and they came today from Raymore and Flanagan to fix it. When does somebody stand by at what point do you get a fucking replacement? Because I pitched a fit with the microwave, and I said, we just moved in and it doesn't work. Like the freezer, you could say somebody violently opened it and something, like you could come up the day we moved in, that microwave didn't work. We deserve, for what we paid for your car, for this house, for this appliance package, a new item and not a new fixed item. Why am I the dick, by the way, for saying that and for thinking that when you spend money on something, you should get a new one? If they gave me a roof that we just had done for $1 bajillion and it didn't, oh, well, this leak is only for... No leaks, no broken microwave, no hold the corner to get a seal before it works, no melted $90 bananas. No, I want a new one. When do you get a new one?
Always. What you're describing is not wear and tear related. What you're describing in all three of the cases that you outline is original manufacturer product defect. So you should not be in a situation where the warranty gets you a repair.
A fix, right.
You should be in a situation where it gets you a replacement product, not a replacement part. Raymore and Flanagan should not be addressing a seam that rips within the first 4 months of delivery of an item. That's unacceptable. That's totally unacceptable. And bitch or not, I think the reality is how people perceive your ability to enforce this clearly delineated rule that they set up is not your problem. Like, I don't care how I am perceived, because I absolutely know, well, these are the terms. These are what we're going to do. And I'm letting you know, these are what we're going to do. And if you want to stomp and pitch a fit and call me mean names and send me to your person and I have to tell 6 people, okay, I'm okay with that, because I'm going to get the thing that I'm supposed to get. It's not about being ugly about it. So I could give a flying fuck if somebody wants to think that I get that all the time down here, simply for being flat-toned and direct. That is cause for holy Karen Lida bitch fest rocking up her ass. And
all you're doing is self-advocating.
Have fun. You know what? That's right. And call me 16 more names while you're still getting my fucking microwave. Kind of don't care. We don't have to sit down and break bread together. I'm not being ugly about it.
I'll still tip you, service person, as you come for your time.
It's irrelevant. Your opinion of me as a person is irrelevant. Your ability to fulfill this contractual agreement that we both signed is what's relevant. So we don't need to, play patty cake during the whole thing. Do it nice, and I will smile while you do it. Do it ugly, and I will scowl while you do it. In both cases, you're going to do it. So if this is the only way that you can get around doing it is by making me eat a shit sandwich, or so you think, serve it up. I'm not going to eat it. Go ahead. So I don't care what anybody thinks. When they deliver something wrong, it has nothing to do with the people standing in your house hoisting the heavy item.
Right.
It's just an issue in the chain that's happened. And so now it's like, okay, we'll stop. Here's how we're going to resolve it. Turn back around. Thanks, guys. Next.
Here's the
I
issue.
see that it's inconvenient for you. That's a shame. It's inconvenient for me, too.
Yeah,
So,
I don't have a freezer.
see ya.
I don't have a microwave. I don't have all these things. We wanted ice cream. We have no place to put leftovers. Now we have to eat all of the fucking ice cream.
And pay the $600 probably plus of squirrel ass you had shoved in there. I mean, I don't know what the hell. Sorry.
Oh, my God. So here's the bigger issue is that my husband handles the issues, and he's like, well, they said they're going to come out, but they can't find the part, and I waited for 4. Do you want to wait on the phone line for 4 hours to get the part? Which I'm like, I wouldn't ask for a part. I'd ask for a new fucking freezer, a new refrigerator freezer. And he's like, fine, then you handle it. And then my eyes widen and I panic, like, really?
That's such a dick move.
You don't want to do it right, so you're making it somebody else's
I was going to call it something
responsibility?
else, but it's denigrating to women, so I'm not going to bother with that. That's a dick move, and I get really frustrated when your response to me pointing out that you're doing a shitty job is for you to abdicate any responsibility for doing a good job. Yeah, it's like, that's not what I was saying. I was saying the job that you're doing is not working. You need to do a better job. And the answer is, I'm taking my ball and going home.
That's it. Then I'm not doing it. I don't actually remember that being one of the choices. One of the choices was do it your way and hear that it's wrong, or do it my way and know that you're getting a new chair, a new microwave, a new freezer. Like, why are you accepting?
Well, but the truth is, even I'm just saying that in general terms. In talking about Stuart specifically, I imagine there's a sideline conversation that occurred in which, whether it was said with this language or something far more shorthand that speaks to your 90 million year relationship with each other.
I'm busy.
Which is I can do it in a certain way, and that's the capacity that I am willing to devote to this. If you want to accept it, that's what we're going to get. And if you have capacity to put more time, energy, thought, anger, venom, fireworks into this thing. Have at it.
Right.
Which is very different than, don't come at me with your criticisms and go fuck yourself. Because I get that a lot. And that's not what he was doing. But at the same time,
from everybody, I get that a lot. I get
that a lot, and I give it right back to him in the form of, if you don't want me to come along and ask you for a status update, maybe you should have did the job.
Maybe you should have made it so I didn't notice that I was missing it.
I don't nag people. I remind you that the shit ain't done. And guess what? So if you don't want to hear me ask you about it, maybe you could fucking do it. What do you think? Just choices. It's up to you.
I'm going to send this to both of our husbands as just a blurb from this show. You don't have to listen, but you need to know.
Lord help me.
So, new to me, dear listener, is there something that you just won't accept broken that you need? You're like, fuck that shit. Are you the Amy or the Melissa? Which one are you in this case? Do tell us by writing us at brilliantobservations@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. Brillob Squad is the small group, but the large group, big difference, is Brilliant Observations, or Listen Brilliant on, what's that thing, Insta and
Sure.
Twitter? Yeah,
sure.
Find us there. Just find us, for fuck's sake. Find us.
And if you're listening along and you like what you hear, tell a friend, have them become a listener, try out an episode or 2 or 10 or all of the catalog. What do you think?
Take someone down with you. Don't be the only one who's handling this episode. Bring them all down with you. Hey, I have a question. Do you know any women who like to shoot off fireworks?
No, I'm sure I do. But
do you? Because I've never met one.
How do you mean? I mean,
I like to look at fireworks, but never in my life have I gone out to purchase and lit shit aflame on my driveway. It's
Bingo.
A man thing to do. It
right,
really
but
is.
there are vast many troubled women who marry these clowns either on purpose or discover after the contract was sealed that you have a fireworker in your house. And the reality is they enjoy it. Like, I don't enjoy it. I don't want to be anywhere around it. I don't want to participate. I don't want to watch it. I certainly would not condone the activity or, facilitate. And I know lots of women who do. Do I know any woman who trots on out into the cornfield, Zippo in hand? Fuck no. That's boys' work. Yeah.
Zippo in the cornfield.
Y'all need a dangler for that. Yeah. No, not doing it.
It seems like you need a dangler. When they ask you, what are your pronouns? Fireworks should really be on there, because if you are not, if it is Y chromosomally linked, you really need to.
What are your pronouns? Well, I'm a fireworker.
Then I get how you identify. You need to say no more, because I really just don't know women who are like, oh my God, the 4th of July is coming and I only have 2 cases. I've got bottle rockets.
But they'll sit there with the bag chair and the cooler full of wine and the tunes are playing
But
and we're all
that's it.
assembled.
You said it right there. Women have the cooler full of wine. You ever see a man say, I'm going to go drink this box of wine while I watch my wife light shit on fire on the
Never.
driveway? That's
Never
just
once.
not a thing. So there are things that are definitely gender linked. Other than cleaning schmegma, can you think of other things? I don't know.
Holy, that's quite a list.
Well, that's gender linked,
I didn't
right?
realize we were going from pyrotechnics to diggle prep. That's a lot, man.
Dichnotechnics.
Holy! I feel that
Women like beer, men like beer. Sorry, that's
yeah, it's not true.
women
actually.
like sports, men like sports.
It's also not true, actually. So, well, we've done a lot of research on this.
Fireworks and schmegma. Those are the two gender-linked items that I find right now.
There are larger than you would typically expect audiences for both beer consumption and sports viewing, because I've done and been aware of the research for both of these. One was conducted by Miller Beer, did a whole girlfriend beer campaign for Miller Beer. But the reality is it still doesn't come anywhere near, right? It comes down to how many orgasms do men have versus how many orgasms do women have. There's an orgasm gap. Men have
Clearly
so many more orgasms as a category than women before you even get into quality and all the rest of it. It's just astronomical. So you can flip the tables. Well, it's the same. So beer consumption, sports consumption. But when it comes down to fireworks and what else
I think
are
that's
we
closer
sort of
to the orgasm
separating?
thing. Yeah.
Maybe. I think it stays along stereotypical gender lines where we've got cooking for the family, which this is what's so weird. Home cooks and cooking for the family, off the charts female. Cooking as a professional, executive level professional, off the charts male.
Men, yeah. That's
So
crazy.
it doesn't make any, it's not like, teachers, educators are off the charts female in one area and then off the charts male in another. I mean, maybe I'm being I don't know if it works this way. I don't have any research. Maybe it's once you get to the college level. I mean, but I feel like I had a lot of female professors in college.
You basically just said, with other words, I'm confident this is the truth with no evidence whatsoever.
I like to say that a lot. Well, the other thing that went around maybe more than a year ago on socials, people would ask the question, who was the first black teacher you ever had? And it was gross because the answers were not okay. People would say, first black teacher I had was in grad school. So that means, yeah. So, and it doesn't, we're not qualifying the gender, we're not qualifying the race of the student. We're qualifying the race of the instructor. Who was the first, right. So it has nothing to do if you are, brown, yellow, pink, blue, purple, whatever the fuck you are. All we're talking about is when was your first experience with a black teacher? And in a lot of cases, it was after high school, college,
That's crazy.
grad school, professional. Yeah, some people said never. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think it was high school for me. And even that, I don't really remember who it was. I just know there had to be somebody.
My favorite art teacher was this. I thought she was fucking old when I was little, but she was there forever. So Mrs. Termini was our art teacher. And the way she talked to us and the way she inspired us was started in kindergarten. So I've always known that. But if not a specials teacher, yeah, I mean, you can go through that no, high school.
I guarantee it was college. I don't remember anybody. I'd have to look through the yearbooks around the shelf in my eye line. I'll actually go back and check now because I'm super curious.
That's upsetting to me.
Well, I mean, women don't shoot off fireworks. We all have our. They're totally not comparable
I'm like,
concerns.
Wait, what?
They're totally not comparable concerns. I'm just trying to say, once you identify the lanes that we stick in because we're forced to or because we choose to, right? It's a curiosity, Missy. It's a curiosity.
All right. I heard a weird thing from a friend yesterday, and she said to me something about, we're talking about how my daughter needed like more underwear at college, or she wants something that doesn't show lines because she wears either leggings or short, tight, whatever.
Must have a great ass. Yes. Okay.
Sure. She's young. Of course she does. And
so
she's
fuck her.
So I was like, well, I mean, thongs, like who wears?
Kidding.
And my girlfriend said to me, oh, I'm so lucky. I don't have to worry about any of that. And of course, my eyebrows went down with
Are
curiosity.
you not a human? Is there no cleft in your ass? What?
All right, here goes. Do you wear underpants?
Yes. Who? Everyone does. Everyone does,
She
except
does
your
not.
pervert friend. You listening? You're a pervert. Put your pants on. That's disgusting.
She does not wear
Ugh.
underpants. And
Stop
that
it.
just made me so curious. Straw poll, dear listener, while you're writing in, which you've already been racing to do, pulled over your car to the roadside to say, absolutely, I light off fireworks. Absolutely, I'm interested.
Look.
Do you wear underpants?
And the answer is yes or unsubscribe. That's where we are. The truth is this. I'm in menopause. Sawdust City, as it's told. And I'm here to tell you, it is still like a juicy fruit. I got to get some separation between my pants and myself. There's
Especially
no
when you go
chance.
to a meeting.
Who in the world? I mean, it's like these are people who go to nudist colony and don't put a towel down before they sit on a seat. You need to wear something. Even the nudists are covering up from the boop boop because it's got all kind of stuff coming out.
From other boop boops.
Well, not your poopy areas, but that seems like it'd be a problem.
3-hole punch. Everything's real close down there. If you sat, you don't know.
I'm just trying to say. It's an active area. I got an active area, okay? And if I got an active area, I can't even imagine what someone young and virile is going to be like. Put some underwear on. Who are you helping with this? Does it really take that long to take them off?
Do you think you don't know anybody that doesn't wear underwear?
I have seen people who I know not wearing underwear, and it's usually because they ran out or because it didn't go with this dress or because they were being stupid. I don't get the idea that it's an always thing, except for our one friend in Maine who equal parts will say, I never wear underwear. And then the next year that you see her, she's like, yeah, I wear underwear all the time. So you never fucking know. It's like when she was a vegetarian all that time. And then she's like eating a steak. She's like, oh yeah. So I can't fucking keep up. But I'm just here to tell you, put some on. What are you really saving by not wearing underwear? You're not saving the planet.
They just want their girls to breathe. They just want their parts to have
cotton. Get some cotton. It breathes.
Cotton does breathe. I have 2 or 3 outfits. Like I have a pair of leather pants that I'll wear without.
I thought you meant you had leather underwear. And I was like, hang on, let's slow down. Chapter 2.
Would you like to try caramel?
Fuck you.
I have caramel leather pants.
All right,
I don't have a sexy voice. In fact, when I edit this, I want to stab myself in the eyes. But that caramel that'll last.
Stop talking. You're insane.
So leather pants, because they're tight and because I do not wear underwear with that. And there are a couple of other outfits, dresses usually, but those dresses, I don't want to sit down anywhere. Like I don't want to. Is this a standing cocktail hour only?
All
I
underwear
wear
all the
underpants.
time. All underwear all the time. All underwear all the time. And my question to you is, first of all, because if you're wearing a thong and then you get down to what kind of protection is the thong really giving me anyway? I'm like, right. So stop wearing the thong and put on some underwear.
I'm going to say a thong is better than commando. I mean, what?
Is it though? It's so thin, meaning it's so narrow. What's it really doing? I don't understand what these tiny twats and what they're doing with all the ridiculousness. It's an art. Put it on. Put it on. What are you saving? Are you saving time? Underwear is sexy.
I don't think
you
it's
look
time.
better in underwear than you look naked. Have a little mystery about you. I don't get. What are we doing? Who are these people? Oh my God,
Have
it
some
makes me so
mystery
angry.
about you. Wear a thin piece of cotton that protects nothing from nothing except, that
And
rayon dress that you
Protect
wore.
is the right word, but it's also the wrong word. I don't know, man.
I honestly feel like I've spent a lot of time with small children sitting crisscross outdoors. If I was not wearing underpants, I feel like
You'd be on the news.
I would be on the news. Like,
In a bad way.
found inside. What? No. I think it's a barrier that stops things that are unwanted from going in, and things that are meant to be retained from coming out. It is the perfect layer. And the fact that this friend of mine does not engage in it, or several friends of mine do not engage in just the simple task of wearing it,
dumb.
I don't understand.
I'll put it to you like this. There are appropriate times when there is a function to not wearing underwear. when you're wearing incredibly tight exercise wear that doesn't breathe anyway, right? You really you put on those bike pants, the whatever pants. I don't wear underwear with that stuff. No way. And those are because the entire pant operates as underwear. The second you wear it one time and it has to be washed. That's it. There's no garment in between. You're not wearing it a second time.
Oh, so, no, never. Ew.
Yeah. So if these people are wearing their jeans as I wear it once and I put it in the wash, now I need to kick you anyway. Because
that's a good question for dear listener, too. How many wears do a pair of jeans get in your house?
Especially if you got your juicy bits rubbing up against that zipper area. P.S. Wash the pants.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yes. And there's some hair on your body. I mean, maybe not these people who like to flap it freestyle, but I'm just trying to say, no, underpants,
jean material does not belong that close to sensitive material. I have thoughts now.
Sister Maine is always the first one to say, I never wear them. Yeah, she's talking about her jeans as well. I'm not into that. I can't help you. I don't know what to say. I went to a Korean market over the weekend.
Yeah.
And everyone had to take our shirts and put them up over our nose just to get out of the fresh seafood area of the because I've never smelled a smell that strong. And when I walked out, I was overcome with missing our friend from Maine and thinking of her who grew up. Her parents are lobstermen, and she would ride around. She would have these great childhood memories of riding around in the back of a truck with all the fish. She would sit in the fish and play with the fish they had caught. She's making the worst. Just the smell of it. Right. This is the same woman who wears jeans and no underpants on occasion. So I'm just saying.
That truck.
I'm just trying to say. So there's a lot of things I don't understand. There's a lot of things that I'm never going to understand. Okay?
That's bad.
So I'm just painting a picture for you. That's not
good. That's
not good. The smell in that Korean market, in the fish air, whatever it was, the fish and the lobster and the open and the everything, and is this actually a creature? And we're eating that too. And oh my God, it was like you were in the throes of 19 rotting oceans. It was stronger than any ocean smell you've ever smelled. And people were just wandering around. I mean, I bought strawberry Kitkats and I got the fuck out of there. That's the end of that trip. But
whoa, you buried the lead of this entire episode. You bought a strawberry Kitkat?
Yeah, well, I think it's strawberry. It had a picture of a strawberry on it, and all the writing was non-English writing. So I think it's Korean. I don't know. My guess is that it's Korean. I don't know that it is.
Have you eaten it yet, or are you waiting to get back your sense of smell?
We all ate it.
Okay.
It was a bag of them, so there were the individually wrapped ones.
Okay.
Right. And there was one that was green, and I don't know if that was like green tea flavored. I just grabbed it at the checkout because I was like, well, if we came into this place, we're buying something before we leave.
Is this part of your fuck it base spending spree?
You would think it is. And I also bought red bean cookies, which I have not yet eaten because they had a cute little packet.
I have to tell you, Mallory and I went for like unlimited sushi experience, and we were so full. And by the time we finished, we're like, desserts included. What do we do? So we look at their thing and it says red bean ice cream. And I thought, I like ice cream. They don't have chocolate ice cream. So A, we're not coming back. But B, let's ask the waiter. And we said, tap, tap, red bean. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what does it taste like? She said, do you know green bean? And we were like,
God.
Peace out. Like, don't even finish your sentence. So we get in the car and my daughter turns to me and says, what if her second sentence was, it's nothing like that. Tastes like chocolate. Like, what if what she meant to say was, it's nothing like any of that. It's fucking delicious. Let me just give you hot fudge. Like, what if we dismissed her before she had no, red bean, huh? Was that good?
I didn't open it yet. The whole point is we went to a hot pot place. My middle teenage son, we were cutting out all the reasons for why we went there. He took us to a hot pot place, which was about 40 minutes away in a direction we never go. So we specifically went there, and the line was long. So we wandered around before our table was ready, and there happened to be this fantastic looking supermarket next door. So we went in and wandered around and found all the things and played all the things. Got strawberry Kitkat.
Yes.
Waited till we got home to have those. And they taste almost like they're fizzy. I don't know how to describe it
like
to you.
Pop Rocks. Like they
kind
have.
of. It can't be like that. But I guess the only answer is
Somebody had Pop Rocks chocolate covered pretzels on TikTok.
it is that rose-colored chocolate. You've had pink chocolate before.
No, because it's not chocolate, but yes, white candy.
You know about
pink
it. White chocolate, pink chocolate, which is rose flavored, right? So it was that pink chocolate on the outside, Kit Kat in the middle, and when you bite it, the pink chocolate, it gives you the sensation that it's tingling a little bit, only because I think it has a really sharp acid kind of a taste. You know how
like
strawberries can be sour
Yeah.
and tart and
Yeah.
then sweet?
Yeah.
Tart. So it was tart chocolate. You take it out of the bag and
Stop
it smells
saying
like strawberry
chocolate.
quick.
It could be delightful, but stop
You
saying
take it
chocolate.
out of the bag and it smells like strawberry quick. And you think, I know what I'm getting in for. And you bite it and you're like, where did I go? Because in your mouth is not any of that stuff. It doesn't taste like a Kit Kat. It doesn't taste like a strawberry. It doesn't taste like quick. It doesn't taste, I don't know what it tastes like. We had one and went, and thank you. No thanks. And we're done.
Thank
So
you.
so we did that. And the hot pot thing was very crazy and exciting. So that was all super good. Have you had hot pot? Do you know what this is?
No.
Hot pot is kind of like hibachi in that the table is involved in what you're doing. But picture a regular table that has like a melting pot style heating element in it. But this one receives a bowl, and they bring this giant double dragon handed, larger than a man's, like the guy leaving Kung Fu, where he sticks his shoulders and carries a huge bowl, put it in the middle of the table. It's split down the middle, and you order different kinds of broth. And the broth is nothing like you've ever seen. It's got shit floating in it. It's very weird. It's incredibly strong scented. Every hot thing, whatever. And then they just bring you platter after platter after platter after platter after platter of rolled up raw meat. And you just cook whatever you want. Like you order all the stuff. There's seafood. And so it's think, to oversimplify, it's like an Asian fondue, but it's of course nothing like that, because you're putting in dumplings, you're putting in rice, you're putting in lotus. So we got every weird thing. It was all you can eat. We got the dessert there. They were not desserts. Some of them were like soy based, meaning the syrup, which you thought was truffle syrup or chocolate syrup, it was just soy sauce that they had poured on the sweet sugary dessert. I'm like, we're done. We're good. We're done. Bye. I'm not a big fan of those flavors. The sour and the crazy hot, spicy, and seafood. They're tough for me anyway.
You don't
so
like
it was
seafood.
it was a big adventure, but everyone walked out like rolling and stuffed and sweaty. It was anyway, that was our
You have named
event.
2 things so far today that your hair would absorb and retain for long
bad.
periods of time. Between that
super bad.
fish market,
Yep.
that I mean, as you're telling me, I feel my hair stinking. Like you just can't get that out. And even if it's the melting pot, but going for an open hot pot,
5 people.
You had to fucking smell so bad after you left both of those
All
places.
the clothes. And everyone who was eating to the point, like when you get pho, I guess it's pho.
Pho, yeah.
Yeah. When you get that dish, and they always get it so hot that they're crying and blowing their nose.
Sweating. Yeah, you're
that's
just
so
sweating out
all
what
of
you
them.
ate.
All of them were like leaking from all their pores and stinking of all the things.
That's not gross.
Yeah, I was like,
And they
Happy
loved
Labor
it.
Day.
That's not gross.
Yeah, it was weird doing an experience, and we've done it. So thanks. I don't need to go next time. Yep. Floof. Brian and I have been evaluating some mid-tier major purchases, right? For a long time, including cars, right? That's a major purchase. The rest is mid-tier to low-tier major purchase. Nothing insane, but also, do we really want to do that right now, or should we?
Right.
And then it came around to, well, we need it. Well, we're always going to need it. And how long can we go without it? And do we really care? And should this happen first? And blah, 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 blah. And it was just like, fuck it. There's stuff on sale. It's Labor Day. As my good friend Miss Lindsay said, not in a jokey way, it's not going to get cheaper. Like, she's like, what are you waiting for? The prices are not coming back down again. And I was sort of taken aback because, yeah, they will. I just believe they will. And then as I keep saying it, I'm like, but you know they won't. Like the like it was the first time it occurred to me.
There's a possibility you'll get a coupon and find a sale, but prices aren't going to come down on big things.
Well, they went up for no reason. Absolutely wasn't. They just went up. And I guess the reality for me is my mind created a logic around COVID-based supply chain nonsense. And because that was so hyper-specific to a temporary condition, I didn't really see it as real. Like, okay, yeah, it's nuts, but it'll come back down again. In the same way that on a very small level, gas prices are coming down again. They're variable. So I sort of was thinking, okay, well, if things are inflated, I'll just wait it out and they'll come back down again. But by and large, no.
Well, we talked about that with tipping. We talked about that with like COVID tipping was off the fucking charts because people were going to work and doing shit that you didn't feel safe doing.
You're not risking your life to hand me a hot dog now. I'm risking my life to eat it. That's it. That's the only thing. You should be tipping me. That's really how that works.
Oh, my God. Quality
Here's
service.
a tip. Go to the cardiac unit. Yeah.
Stop
okay.
eating hot dogs. That's your tip. What the fuck's wrong with you?
So back to the car. So we have been casually thinking through the reality of having to replace things. It's, or get the thing that we've put off getting, la, la, la. And for example, mattress needs to be replaced, right? It's just time for that. Well, if you're going to do that, do we need the bed or should we baka? So it just turned into this whole thing where it's like, fuck it, I'm getting it. And now we're down to the fuck it piece of artwork that we're both in love with that is really nuts in terms of it's real money to spend on something for me. I think it's real money. People who buy artwork are probably like, but to me, it's real money.
Right.
So,
but if you're both in love with it and you both agree on it, how do you say no?
Well, because you compare it to what that money would also buy. I mean, there's the value of this thing that's going to bring you joy every single time. And then there's the very real value of spending that money to have any other thing. So I think it's different when you are engaged in a project, when you are building a house, because you're putting things in the house, you're baking them into, the house has been decided. You have an overarching yes. For art, for other things, you don't have a project that you're working on. It's just, do I want that now? Or do I want to take that money and, I don't know, buy Spain? Whatever the fucking thing is that it would be equivalent to.
I've never really had a dining room set. I have two tables in my dining room that are squares that I can leaf up to a million, but I like the idea of little card tables. I was young. I made weird choices from Pottery Barn. Never had a formal dining room. Enough time has passed. Well, I don't like hosting, so that works out in my favor.
There's that part too.
Enough time has passed. My kids are gone. My life has changed. And now I'm like, well, I never had a dining room set. And if we move somewhere and downsize, I'm bringing nothing that is in my current dining room right now. Like nothing from there goes with me. So my theory now that I've discovered it is wait it out. You might not need the kegerator, which is on sale, or here, bought it.
I know.
But you'll always need a cart. You do need a mattress. Do you need the adjustable bed to go under the mattress?
Well, I even considered, is that something that I want? And then I looked at the price of the damn thing, and it was basically $6,000 for an adjustable mattress. I had no concept that it would be like this. And that's before you get into, is that a quality one? Is that the right one? That's the category. And I thought, oh, well, how many pillows can I buy for $6,000? Like it suddenly came into, I don't need to sit up that hard. Like I can fucking figure out how to lean without having a motor do it. So, well, and that's the other thing. So in the bedroom, so we bought a mattress, we bought a bed frame, we bought a bed frame headboard combination it's like a piece of art kind of, goes up the whole wall. So anyway, that's done. And then I feel like there were other things. I don't even remember what it was. I bought all kind of stupid ass clothes for these idiot kids that I have, which really makes me mad. They're adults now. Their bodies are adults now. So buying them clothes is even more painful than regular back to school because men's shoes don't go on sale because suddenly it's September.
Right.
They're just men's shoes. And I'm like, okay, size 14 shoes never go on sale. So I'm like, fuck you and your fucking feet. I'm tired of it. So anyway, so just, drop it like it's hot. All my money out the pot. There it goes. Floof. It's just dumb. At a certain point, it comes down to, you would think we had a health scare. I keep wishing for one. You would think we had because then that makes you behave better. When you have a health scare, life becomes urgent and special, and it's not okay to wake up and, I don't know, eat 6 caramels and wedge them all around the inside of your soft gum tissue. I'm just trying to say.
Right before getting on mic.
I know that was super gross and rude, and I'm sorry. I apologize. But I'm just here to say it's dissolved now. It's dissolved. Let's go. Woo.
Excellent listening. First she's eating caramels, and then the next thing you know, she's got the hiccups.
It's all breaking down. Let's break it down now.
I love it.
When you have a scare, how long? What are you saving it for? I don't know. So you can live tomorrow. That's what I'm saving it for. That's true.
That's our theory. You know, that's our theory. Stuart
But
lost a friend who was super healthy and just said, "Why are we saving?" I'm like, well, so our kids could go to college, so that
there's
we
a
don't
balance.
die
There's a
in
balance.
the streets. I don't know.
100% true. There's a balance. You're saving because you need to be responsible.
You don't want to work forever. You're saving.
You don't need to be so, prudent that you're sitting in chairs that you hate every day, something that you touch every fucking day. Like, splurge on that shit. We are going on a family trip in 2 weeks because we haven't gone on a family trip. It's not all that special, but we're going there for no reason, just to go to a city we haven't been to. And we're going to spend 5 days bouncing around. Have fun. That's it.
How many family members are going?
We take 4 because the 5th at college he doesn't feel comfortable leaving school even long enough to get a needed dental appointment. Floof. Well, we're just going to Chicago. We were going to go eat hot dogs and pizza and get a picture in front of the bean. That's it. Simple.
I love it.
Well, for no reason. Because we haven't been there before.
Well, you've talked about the fact that you'd never been there, or it was just
and
like
that's
a
embarrassing.
layover. And
So we're just going to go do that one. And, honestly, the kids are getting mildly curious about it, which is about as far as you can go for teen excitement.
And you still have nice weather, and you still
they're saying things like, hey, I looked up some pizza restaurants. Hey, I saw there's an architecture tour. Hey, let's go see Second City. We got tickets for that. Hey. Yeah. So that's why life is
You're going to start the Pizza Pact.
I almost took a picture, but nobody would eat pizza with me. They're all pizza snobs. I've been trying to get it going. Have we gotten any Pizza Pact people yet? Or Pizza Party people? Yet?
I can't even download that episode.
It still has not worked for you?
No, it hasn't. And I don't.
Well, if you're
I'm
listening
thinking of
to
deleting the app and then downloading.
You don't have to go that far. In many, we had a bonus episode and I uploaded it wrong. And if you haven't sorted this out yet for the previous episode, whatever number it is, I think it might be 262 maybe. Here's the thing. If ever an episode feels like it's not playing the proper content, you can delete that episode and re-download, and it will always refresh with the latest from the feed, and the feed is corrected. So it'll populate eventually. In some cases, it overwrote without anyone having to do any shenanigans. So the wrong thing was out there, and before anybody had to do anything, in many cases, it adjusted itself. If it didn't adjust itself for you, that's on me. That's my bad. Melissa did everything right. Amy did everything wrong.
I just
and
deleted
it's not
the
the
episode.
only time.
I just deleted the episode and I re-downloaded it, and it's a full episode.
Bingo, bango, bango, bonga, bango, bonga.
I mean, how many times can I listen to it? I don't know, but at least now I know that that's the way to get to override.
I do apologize. I am a human. That's an error of which there will be many. So,
we would love to hear all of your criticisms of that. But while you're writing in, do you fucking wear underpants? What's new to you? And my other favorite is everybody's got an opinion on fucking everything. You see that if you watch any news channel, be it Fox, be it CNN, be it MSNBC, whatever it is, everybody's got a fucking opinion. Can we all agree that even though we know these are our opinions, we know them not to be facts by the fact merely that we call them fucking opinions?
Hey.
Our friend Lisa is smart enough to say on the regular, in my opinion, and then share information. I tried to learn that from her because I thought it was fucking genius. And I thought, Lisa, girl, you got this down. In my opinion, you're an asshole. Like, you're not calling them an asshole. You're telling them your opinion. Now, as far as opinions go, because I have family members whose opinions I don't want. I have family members whose opinions I do want. I value, I don't value. You all do it too. I'm not alone. Now, these are people who obviously you feel either judge you or don't, or judge a situation. And I did hear it. It's probably another Cory Bookerism. I don't remember. I just know that I love him. But I do remember he would say, or someone would say, why do we accept that criticism from people whom we would never even ask for advice? Why is it okay? Why
It's not even accept the criticism. Why do we adopt it? Why do we give so much power
Let it
to
seep
the
in.
opinions and the thoughts and the critiques of people we would never go to
Never.
asking advice?
Never.
Whose opinion we don't value. Whose friendship we don't want.
Until they
Until what?
share your worst thoughts of yourself. They're your worst thoughts. They're not true. They're your worst fears, thoughts, or this makes me look fat. This makes me look ugly. I was too lazy to get up. If somebody came back at you with the, well, that kind of makes you look fat, kind of makes you look ugly. Well, maybe if you weren't so lazy, you would get, why would you accept opinions from people from whom you would never consult for advice?
I don't know. And there's so many facets to that are infuriating and fascinating all at once. We don't do the same thing with positive vibes and information.
Yeah, you fight
right?
those off. You fend those off like you've
when
got a
someone
wiffle ball
comes
bat.
at you with the best and greatest thing you've ever thought about yourself, we don't cling and hang on to those forever and ever.
Why?
When they come at you with information about you that you're on the fence about and it somehow puts you better than you think, you don't agree and slide up to their good opinion. You chip away the compliment so that it matches your negative down.
Or
right?
neutral.
And I've got a pretty
but-
good self. Well, the other piece of the pie, the last piece, which is the weirdest flex that I'm getting ready to give you. Because I mentioned it and I
do
said, I
love a
wish
good
I
weird
had
flex.
I wish I had a health scare. If I had a health scare, I'd be thinner and then I could really fit into these pants. I mean, it's just the truth. I'm sorry, that worked out pretty well.
It sure did. Look at that.
All day long, I caramel my mouth. All right, so.
Yum.
But that's the thing. If my mother were to look at me and say, "What up, pork chop? You want to try zipping up them pants, you horrible pig," or whatever the mean thing that was said to you, which I'm sure was not anywhere near that mean.
I can see all of the weight that you have gained during COVID.
She's just a charming
Right?
specimen.
So let's say your mom said that to you.
I would say, "Oh, I don't like how that feels. She's mean. Pass the pork chops."
Could you please pass the
I
assorted
wish
deli
that sort of
cookies I
thing
just
would
brought
send me into a, neurotic,
Herb
mild, eating disorder tinged exercise. But you didn't do any of these things. I'm just saying, I wish that would stimulate
Yeah, crazy.
some better action on my part. I'm looking for the health scare to stimulate the better action on my part because I don't love the situation I have created in my body, right now. And I also must not hate it so much that the hatred is not motivating me. I don't have hatred. It's not motivating me into doing the things I need to do. So I just sit around and be like, man, that stinks. That's delicious.
Moda hatred.
Moda hatred. I need some more moda hatred.
Hatrivation.
Hatravation. I need some hatravation. That's absolutely what I need.
Yeah.
Because the positive thing, it's all great, positive vibes. Let's all Lizzo and love ourselves into zipping up these pants. It doesn't really work.
In a minute, I'm not going to fit in
Any of
one
these pants and zippers. Yeah.
I
It's
love
about
her.
damn time they make some pants that fit me. Right. So it always comes back to weight, I think, because it's an easy mark. It's an easy mark.
It's visible to everybody.
Right.
It's not something that, lack of motivation. Not visible to everybody.
I also agree. I absolutely agree. And here's what I meant by easy mark, that everybody has a weight something, right? There are very few people who are not involved in their weight at all.
I don't understand
have,
that.
Some people have indoctrinated their management of their body weight so fully that they do it on autopilot and they're not consciously aware of how much they're doing to influence it. They're like, oh, well, it's not really something I think about. And that same person has daily exercise and regularly does not eat a dessert and will take one bite of an appetizer and not eat the rest despite wanting more. Like they do these things, but don't think they've ingrained the habits and don't think about them as things that they're actively doing.
I'm jealous.
There are a lot of people that do that, right? Then everybody else is on some kind of conscious level aware of their weight from the full spectrum of I refuse to manage any aspect. My body and my brain know what I need. It all goes in. I move when I want to the other aspect, which is nothing can go in. I move all the time because energy good, eating bad. Like, and every permutation in between. They're aware of it and they're making a choice. They're making a choice. They're making a choice. So we all have a weight thing, right? Even thin people who are aware of the 4 pounds and 3 ounces that they really wish weren't on them. And I just really, I've said this before.
Audible eye roll for those people.
I could shit that out right now.
Seconds. That's water weight. I wake up
and
skip
a contest.
Right.
I've told you this before. So it's
shitting it out.
I did $20. So poop on demand. I'm just saying 4 ounces. Just told this, you know that. All right. My point to you is that I don't remember my point, and I wish I was thinner.
You know, you talked about desserts this past weekend at the shore. My in-laws were there, and I couldn't help myself. You know the phrase twat waffle? You've seen it on a mug. It's one of the funniest things.
I have heard this, yes.
We walked into a place at the beach that made dessert because my husband's family is a dessert family, and, you know, I'm not going to argue. And they they said, hot waffle. And I said, I'm sorry, what?
Twat what?
What did you just call my husband?
Yeah. Hot waffle.
That's what it was. This amazing coffee ice cream poured on top of a hot waffle and then hot fudge on top of that. Let me tell you, I went into diabetic shock. I sat there. I could not stop shoveling it into my mouth. I could not stop. I was unstoppable. And then I looked over to my right, and my husband, his mother, his father, the three of us, there was no talking happening.
Right.
We were just shoveling that twat waffle right into our faces. And I said to him, I'm like, what did she call you? And he's like, she asked if I wanted a hot waffle. I'm like, that's not what I heard.
Oh. Yep, it's going in.
It was the right stuff. Like, it was, dear listener, if you have the opportunity to have a hot waffle, cold ice cream, hot fudge, what are you waiting? It was like a religious experience for me.
You're not wearing underwear already. Just shove that shit in your face, and then watch what happens.
Coming out.
You'll start wearing underwear the next. I tell you.
You might.
Super gross.
You might start.
Can you just wrap it up? Why are you? God bless America. Put some underpants on.
Oh my God, that waffle was so good. All right. Speaking of, oh my God, that waffle was so good. We are going away together this weekend.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
If I were held at gunpoint.
It's absolutely true.
2 weeks ago, I texted Amy and I said, is this appropriate to wear to a wedding in New Hampshire at the beginning of fall, end of summer? And she said, why the fuck you asking me what to wear in weeks from now? I will figure it out in 6 hours before my plane takes off.
Well, I'm glad that you did, because I super would not have tuned in to what I'm going to be wearing in 3 days' time had not you asked and reminded me. We have an outdoor theme wedding in the mountains of the Northeast in the fall. What?
My dress is definitely strapless, so yeah.
Okay, I hope it's not New Hampshire.
But I'm bringing a jean jacket to go with it.
There you go. Perfect. Well, I did what as one does. I asked the mother of the bride, what do we wear? Well, because I said, is this a case where it's being held at effectively a nature preserve, right? A beautiful stretch of outdoor. It's fantastic, gorgeous view. Yeah. The whole thing, personally significant to the couple. But you've heard me say several times, it's fucking outdoors.
Yeah.
And it's New Hampshire.
The wedding
and
is
it's cold.
Indoor. It's in a building.
Nope. It's the wedding and the cocktails are outdoors. And then part of the reception is indoors.
Which part?
The warm part. All I said was, what do we do now? Well, because I said, is this a case where we get hunter welly boots and everyone wears those with their dress and
that
we just
would be
dive
amazing.
in? Right. And we just say, okay, we're outside. So we're, formal on the top, muddy on the bottom.
I would love that.
And we're back to no underwear. So I'm just trying to say.
No, the bride wants you to wear floral inspired. I don't ask because
I have no idea
will
what this
not
was.
purchase or I can't.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't realize it was a thing. It's garden
formal.
Garden formal. And so that was explained to me with pictures.
Dear
Didn't ask. I was
listener.
very grateful
Ooh,
that I was
you
just
saw
given this.
Pictures?
She sent pictures without me asking, plus a blog link, all the stuff. So she was ready for the question. So it came down to just where you should be fine with regular flats or wedges. No need to go with sneakers or boots or any of this thing, but make yourself comfortable. Heels might be a little tricky, right? Because it absolutely will be outdoors part of the time. Gentlemen are encouraged to wear a floral shirt. So a regular suit and the shirt being like a heavy floral or floral theme in some way. And women are invited to wear, floral mid or maxi dresses. That was the dictum that I was given. I love saying dictum because it has dick in it.
So my husband doesn't own a floral shirt.
Who does?
I told
him. Is he
him.
gay? No one does.
I told him he can wear a jacket, no tie. That's basically. I took him off the leash because it's New Hampshire.
That's what you wear.
And yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, like you're going to a bar mitzvah. And you're 13 years old and your tie is on for 3 minutes. You don't need to wear a tie. I don't know what else to tell him. We don't own floral things because I'm a New Yorker and we wear black, navy, and black or navy. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you 1,000 times. Thank you. So before I got all of this information, I had already picked out a dress that kind of meets the need in the sense that it has zero flowers about it. There's no floral going on at all, but the color is okay. It's like a mauve blush.
Lovely.
Ecru, which is it? One of those. It's in that area. Right. But then I got, this is going to be out. Well, she won't listen to this by the time her kid gets married. Then I got a whole bunch of felt flowers and I'm going to pin those. So this is a felt flower. I just happen to have it. I got them on Etsy.
Fuck.
So this is made of felt.
Hey,
so,
I remember being somewhere with you where you wore a dress that had a flower on it. Where's that dress now?
I still have it in the closet, but it's cocktail length and sleeveless. The entire bodice is a giant silk flower. I didn't think it was too. It was the wrong kind of flower formal, but I did think about it. And if I had known in advance, I would have had a custom. I would have done like a whole anyway. So I have these felt flowers, and I'm just sort of gonna strategically pin them. Maybe like make a belt out of it, or like a headpiece out of it, or something.
A fascinator. I learned that from you.
Well, and then I got a magnolia felt.
This is a
boutonniere for my husband.
For you.
No, I ordered them on Etsy. Normally, I would make these flowers myself.
Oh
I made them for my son's prom. I just ordered them, and they've arrived. And so, there. Now I have a regular dress with some fucking felt flowers on them. Now I can have a dress again. But who cares? At the end of the day, go to the party. She wants you at the party. She wants to be married to this man and be happy and be outside.
That's my other thing. Nobody gives a fuck what I wear, but I find that if I'm going to ask what's appropriate and then I choose whatever I want anyway, I'm just disrespecting the bride and her mom by not doing what they're asking. So, dear listener, what would you wear to garden formal? Write us with any fucking information that I asked you for today. Pick a topic and tell us how you feel. brilliantobservations@gmail.com. I'm tired of this relationship we have where I give and I give. It's like you're one of my fucking kids. I'm a giver. Hey, if you're not going to listen to Amy and tell your friends about it, which is literally the least you could do. Why am I so angry? I'm really not. I'm so sorry. Give us a little email. Find us on Be Real. Do something for fuck's sake. Hey, could I do a Be Real for Brilliant Observation?
Sure, go for it. Let's see who signs up.
Just take pictures of underpants?
I feel like they're looking for new ways to engage with us. So
are you? Do you really feel like
let's give them another channel. I just want you to press play. I just want you to press play and have another friend press play and then maybe send me $10. Like, these are the things that I want.
Because you have a Patreon page. It's rude not to tell them about it.
We do. We never promote that.
Never.
If you want to send me $10 just one time, you can go to Patreon. I mean, I'm buying felt flowers. I'm having a fucking base felt flower spending spree.
If you want to pay for Amy's next box of salted caramels or just to have her say caramel again and again, Patreon's where you go for Brilliant Observations to make sure that she's never thinking, wait, where did I put those caramels?
That is the straight up cash grab, but we would be remiss if we did not tell you at least once for those who aren't so up our crack. They read the show notes when they are updated and posted, as on occasion they are. We do have swag, and it's available for purchase, and the t-shirts Melissa did, some of them really good and fun. Like, be kind. of a bitch. That's a really fun little shirt. It's super cute. And there's stickers and, whatever. All the kind of things, journals if you're a journaler, all the things. All those ways for you to spend your money, guys, because I know that's why you come here. You're looking
And
for
don't
those,
forget
look for those tips.
Don't forget that good moms use bad words. Like that's
Oh,
another one
that's
of
a
my
really
favorites.
good one too, and I like the font on that one. So.
That's another one of my favorites. Hey, all we're saying is engage somehow. We love you. We hope to hear you soon, and we will be back next week. Take care, guys. I'll tell you what Amy's wearing.